treasonous, and he has broken every law of the United States. And I'm not for the death penalty, so if I'm not for the death penalty, I only want to do it. Illegally shoot the son of a...
Date, 2017. Target, Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. Location, the Ecuadorian Embassy in London. Objective, killer capture. Origins of this order, from, quote, the highest levels, end quote, of the US government and CIA. Normally, a target like Assange would be easy. Grab him from his way home from work, or shoot him as he walks to get his morning coffee. The only problem was Assange did none of these things. He hadn't done any of those things in years. For 5 years, Julian Assange had been hiding in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Killing him there or sending in the police would go against international law and be a foreign relations disaster, so the CIA had to concoct another plan. First, they discussed secretly kidnapping him from the embassy and bringing him back to America. But that would make it too obvious America broke the law, so they changed tactics. Kidnap him, turn him over to the British, that way no one would know who was behind it then, right? But then there was still the chance he wouldn't get extradited back to the US if the British police got him. Eventually, they got so desperate that they had no choice. They discussed the unthinkable.
Did the CIA plot and plan to kill Julian Assange?
Well, unthinkable for everyone else, very thinkable for the CIA. Going against every international law, they contemplated assassinating Julian Assange in the embassy where he lived. Poison, snipers, sending in assassins, nothing was off the table. But then came another variable the US didn't plan for: the Russians. Realizing the CIA would want to get rid of Assange, they decided to do the opposite. They would help him escape to Mother Russia. After all, the Russians didn't grant Edward Snowden asylum out of the goodness of their hearts, but because it was a great way to humiliate the US. Doing the same for Assange would be another great victory. The CIA finds out about the Russians' plans, so they scrap their killer capture plans, and now have to brainstorm how they would intercept a Russian extraction. If the Russians were gonna help him escape by car, the CIA would crash into it with their own vehicle, then grabbing him, while prepared for a firefight in the process in the middle of London. If the Russians were going to fly him out, they would get the British police to shoot out the plane's wheels before it could take off to Moscow. The US, UK, and Russian intelligences were in a race to see who would get to Julian Assange first. Quote, it got to the point where every human being in a 3-block radius of the embassy in London was working for one of the intelligence services, whether they were street sweepers, or police officers, or security guards, end quote. The question is, why? Why was this one man so feared by the US government that they were, quote, completely detached from reality? That they were concocting plans to kidnap or assassinate him within a foreign embassy in a foreign country? What does it take to get to the top of the CIA's hit list? I'm only asking for a friend.
Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks, has been arrested in London.